Hey everyone, this is Nathan. Just a quick editor's note. We had a bunch of little issues this week. I was able to clear up most of it, but we didn't have any audio for Tim. So there are a few spots that where you're going to hear Tyr talking to Tim, but you're not going to hear Tim's response. I edited most of them out, but I left a few in there because nothing really made sense if I took out the context of Tim being there. So I'm really sorry about it. I think we're good for the rest of the season, but just enjoy the background sounds of the APC in those little silent bits, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
This program contains harsh language and graphic violence. Parental discretion is advised.
Welcome to episode 3 of the Arcturian Apocalypse.
Hi, and welcome to the Advanced Age Role-Playing Gamers podcast. I'm Matt, your other co-host. Nathan's not with us tonight. We're also missing Kupo, and Malcolm also have some real-life things that they're trying to take care of.
Malcolm killed him.
Right, Malcolm in a fit of rage.
Sex money tax.
It's probably
it's best not to go into.
Whole thing. Right? So we are back for episode 3 of our new Aliens game, and I've already forgotten the name of it. What is it, Tyr?
Arcturian Apocalypse.
Arcturian Apocalypse. Right. This is a scenario. That's right. Line. This is a scenario that's outside. Comes out of the Colonial Marines Handbook. And we're having a lot of fun running this. Tyr has taken over the role of Game Mommy.
Sucker.
And I'm actually going to go ahead and let him take it over from here.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back. I'd like to give everybody just a quick overview of what has happened so far. The Junkyad Squad, a squad of Colonial Marines aboard the Tombaton, pulled out of hypersleep early. In order to deal with a problem on the world of Arcturus, which I believe is in, I forget which sector.
Space.
It's in space, yes.
The space sector.
Yes.
A crazed Xeno cult has taken over.
Known as the Mahonians.
No, that's a different one. And you can DM
We're not as
us.
successful, Chris.
You can DM us if you're interested in some bathwater.
Hot dog water.
Same thing.
No.
A crazed Xeno cult has taken over the cultural and political capital of the Arcturian homeworld, which is known as the Kivas, or the Grand Kivas, which is part of the whole structure. They have dropped nerve gas on the planet. We suspect that they might even have a nuke, although that has not been yet confirmed. They are threatening to blow up the cultural capital along with people there. No one knows the extent of their forces, where they are located, other than they are in the cultural capital. The objective of the mission is to make our way overland into the Arcturian lands and take out as many of these Xeno terrorists as possible. If not, secure the nuke, secure the CS gas, and call for reinforcements. Unfortunately, during insertion, the dropship was damaged, and the majority of the team had to leave in the APC a little bit further than they wanted to. So the team has been inserted. They picked up their sergeant en route and drug him out and brought him into the APC. And I believe that is where we left everyone off.
Game Mommy, I do have a question. So
yes.
I think I can't remember. There was something to do with a radio or some kind of beacon that he had that was busted.
So there was 2 pieces of communication equipment that you had available to you. There was a box in the dropship that led you to the drop point where the sergeant was going to be orbitally inserted. That functioned properly, and then ceased to function once the orbital insertion was over. There was further communication equipment dropped with the sergeant, but that was damaged upon orbital entry and is no longer functional. In fact, it was picked up and just fell apart in their fingers. So currently, right now, you only have short-range communications, and you have no communications with automaton.
All right. So we don't even know if they know we've crashed.
Right. You're not overdue for a few hours, but your pilot thinks that they might be able to get the dropship rigged up in that time, possibly less than being overdue. That brings us to our current map. You're currently in the flatlands next to a deep canyon. There's buttes and wildlands behind you. You know that there is a sonic fence that surrounds most of the agricultural lands to keep out any native or invasive species that might exist on the planet. And there, you know that the Kivas and the Grand Kivas is the central and cultural capital, and that is where the xeno-terrorists are most likely located. You know that there is a trading outpost and a colonial rig on the planet where the Marine Corps detachment was stationed. That has gone dark. We have no communication with that.
You just point me in the right direction. I'll go with it.
I agree with you as well. I think that would be good to at least report. Maybe there's someone there's a problem with their comms. We should report that we're on the ground, and if there's something gone wrong, we should figure it out.
Okay. To get west, you're going to have to drive around the canyon. You can move the miserable beast. You can move it 6 squares. If you'd like me to do that, I can do that. Since you've drawn out, I assume.
Tim, I drew that. Is that about approximately where we're looking to go through this pass? Because I don't think we can take it over the high ground.
I'm going to give me either a Comtech or heavy machinery roll.
I got heavy machinery. I'll give you a roll.
Just to see if anybody has any knowledge about sonic fences.
For me, it is apparently some kind of fence.
Okay.
Up. I rolled nothing. Matt got one.
I got one.
Yeah, I don't have Comtech.
Okay.
Which probably, I don't know if that's great for a surgeon.
I got one for heavy machinery from heavy machinery.
Okay. I'm just determining how much you know about these. All right. Mac knows that they're not a true physical barrier. They use sound waves somehow to keep away pests. So there's pylons set up every so often, and ultrasonic waves keep out pests.
They're not manned.
No. As far as you know that there's like relay posts associated with them, but it's nothing physical that's going to keep you out. All right. So you begin your journey. If anyone has anything they want to do or say along the journey in the APC, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to move your APC every so often.
I think Doc's just going to keep an eye on the sergeant, check his vitals periodically. I think he had started an IV earlier, just making sure he's okay, whatever's going on with him.
Okay. All right. Make me a med tech roll.
All right.
And you get a +2 on that for using the med kit you have, I believe, right?
Okay, so base modifier is going to be 2.
Yep.
And I will roll.
4 successes.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, you can tell that he might have a mild concussion, mostly due to the G-forces. Nothing's going to be debilitating long term. Keep him on an IV and don't shake him up too much, and he should come around fairly soon.
Okay, that's what I'll be doing.
Okay.
Yep, I'm slowing the cart round and round, looking for anything interesting to shoot.
All right. So, you're about there in your journey. You can drive better, and you can stealth. I have never heard of a skill that lets you drive stealthy. I'll tell you what, you can make an observation roll -2, and you are driving essentially like a heavily armored vehicle through what isn't like effectively an arid tableland. So it's not like there's a lot of shrubs or grasses or anything to hide in. Okay, so you didn't get any successes, but you didn't get any failures either. So we're okay there. You think you're doing the best you can to keep it down to a dull roar. So, at about that distance, I would like the 2 gunners to give me observation rolls.
Okay. 1 success.
Okay.
Also one success.
Okay. Both. Okay. So you negate the surprise round of what's about to happen.
Oh, good. Let the fucking begin.
Basically, screaming out of the end of this cannon is a fast attack vehicle.
I fucking shoot it. I mean,
I shout, hostiles 2 o'clock, and
So basically, there's the canyon is shallowing out. It's become more and more of a deep ravine, and then as you guys are going along, from behind you, a little bit to the north and to the east, just over a dune, this armored, super fast dune buggy shoots over a rise, lands down. You can see 4 personnel in it, and it is armed. It is coming at you hot, and they do not look happy.
are they the locals? Because we're not supposed to shoot the locals, right? I'm a kinder, gentler Marine now, I think. Now, fuck that.
Yeah,
Kill the die, Marine Corps!
so like I said, I'm shutting out bogey 2 o'clock, and
I got it on my set. I mean, on 2 o'clock. Your 2 o'clock's my 4 o'clock.
so we'll call it 3.
So vehicle combat's going to be a little weird, but I've never done it before. We're going to try it.
We got to do initiative, or
We are. What we're going to do is we're going to roll initiatives for the vehicles.
okay.
You go ahead and double-click Miserable Beast. Go ahead and click on the icon. You'll see that there's the general information on Miserable Beast. It's got a hull of 8, a speed of 3, armor rating of 8, and a maneuverability of 1. You click the inventory, you see the 2 guns in it, and then there's a section for crew. So you can put the gunner's name in there, who's manning the gun, and then you can put your skill in range combat. And theoretically, you should be able just to click on the weapon of that gun. That'll help you with range combat, and then the pilot, whoever's driving, put their name in there and their skill in piloting, and you can use that for doing maneuvers and trying to get where you're going.
What's your gunnery, your range combat, Sean?
My range combat, I have 3 dice.
Is it ranged or heavy?
No, heavy machinery is
Ranged.
so range combat is.
There's no my heavy machinery is 1, but range combat's for weapons. It should be 3. The way I understood it.
Range combat is 4 for me.
My range combat is 3.
Yeah, mine's 4, so I will be using my skills.
sorry. Yeah, pretty good.
Well, I mean, you're each on different guns.
But there's only 1 slot.
And each
for-
one of those guns.
Yeah, so
Right, we'll have to change it and do something different each time.
Yeah.
That's all.
okay.
So the APC has initiative 3, and okay, you have the first action. You see this basically hyped up dune buggy come screaming over a dune. It's definitely everyone's looking after it. You got a 4 observation roll, is that correct? Or
Reach.
We each got 1.
Reach. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you saw there was 4. It looked like there was a crew of 4, but you didn't see any details. You do see that there are weapons on the vehicle.
And they're aggressive, so.
Looks like they're. Are they?
Yeah.
It does look like there's probably a 50 millimeter cannon on there.
Try and communicate. Somebody should try and communicate. Aren't there other Marines down here?
Okay. You're going on 3.
Oh, that's right.
So you guys decide on what you're actually.
Fire a warning shot across the nose of the vehicle.
We should
Okay. Currently, you're going at a cruising speed. Are you going to stop? Are you going to go? You have your move. This turn has the pilot. So what is the pilot going to do with the vehicle?
Why are we...
The guns are on
guns can bear.
360 swivels.
I don't think we don't even know what their intentions are.
We're going to fire a warning shot, which is traditional for
Alright.
Unannounced vehicles.
Well, if you...
I'll say this. So the larger cannon, the plasma cannon is on a 360 swivel. The other gun, which is the 20 millimeter Gatling, that can only fire out of the
front
arc. It can go all the way up to 90 degrees let's say both directions.
All right.
You can move up to, the speed on your vehicle is
3.
3. You can move 3 squares. And you're gonna move it so you're heading up, straight up and down. Okay. All right. That's fine. Gunners. What are the 2 gunners going to do?
Firing a...
Well, which guns are we on?
I'm on the plasma cannon.
So you're on the big gun. I can't shoot them. They're behind me.
No,
He spun the vehicle around.
Yeah, he's spun. He's made a turn to. He's made a turn to the right.
I'm going to make an announcement because it's a machine gun versus a cannon. I'm going to rake some fire in front of the vehicle, right? To try and dissuade them. Warning shots, for lack of better words.
Okay.
Since we agreed on that, so I'm going to fire some rounds in front of them to see dissuade them from approaching us.
I'm going to fire a large round over their head.
I sound like Pimpleton. Oh, okay, over there.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Oh, I'm going to push it.
I mean, you're not actually trying to hit them.
Okay.
Fuck.
So
Stress dice, but I hit.
You've got 1 stress dice, but you succeeded on the stress dice roll. So you did succeed on the roll.
All right.
Mac,
stress.
What were you going
Just
for?
firing over their heads.
Okay.
So,
all right. I'm gonna have to make a roll
I'll automatically get my stress for me.
because you missed.
You fired the
fire
gun?
the gun, yes.
Oh, why? Oh, my God. I said I was taking care of it. Amateur.
It's a big gun. They'll listen to me.
You're like fucking chops.
Okay. So what happens is Waspy pulls the front end of the vehicle around, gets you guys in a turn, brings the front cannon to bear, the Gatling gun, throws some bullets down, spray bullets in front of this vehicle, kind of as a warning shot. The plasma cannon, the spin on that plus the spin of the turret, the shot goes wide and fires off down into the canyon. You can't really see where it impacts. Anybody else in the APC going to do anything at this time?
Well, I already did my action, so.
I think because we're doing hard maneuvering, Doc's gonna kind of stand next to or kneel next to the sergeant and make sure he doesn't get tossed around. In fact, maybe secure like some straps, like cargo straps or seatbelts, so he doesn't slide around.
Okay. Good to go. Well, the armor dude zooms past where you guys are at and opens fire on you with the 50mm double barrel cannon.
Not to worry, the APC's armor is totally going to protect us.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about this. I'm stopped.
There's a maneuverability rating.
So maneuverability rating is, as far as I understand, is how many turns you can make. I don't think there's not really a dodge in vehicle combat. There's armor, which you get to roll. So anyway, the 50mm cannon lights up. It's got 2 successes. Does anyone want to roll the armor on the APC? Okay, 2 successes.
2 successes, yes!
So Waspy he's juking and jiving, managed to not take that on a straight-on attack. However, the XT-37 fast attack vehicle comes equipped with a whole other set
GM
of
douchebaggery.
items. A light Hellcat missile.
Oh, shit.
Well, this just went south.
Here, I'll wet the cardboard sides. It'll make it stronger.
It makes it. That's a great job. It makes it more spongy.
You see one of the armored occupants with a shoulder-mounted missile
What the holy fuck?
is going to take a shot at you guys.
Okay, we should become road warriors. They seem to be equipped.
I know, right?
And I'll give some side eye to the sergeant.
Sergeant's
Okay.
unconscious.
Still getting side eye.
All right.
Come on, Jenna.
He has got 1 success on that. I'm going to pull up the vehicle weapon.
God. You're laughing too much already.
He's
I
too
know when you
This is
laugh
what
and you're
they're-
running a game. It's never good for the
You're
players.
you are too happy.
Yeah, no.
These are light missiles.
Oh, light missile.
Like our extra light
Yeah, the
armor.
last APC got stuck
Light
on a
missiles
curb,
are-
so,
Well, so we basically,
That's
don't worry,
true,
guys,
it
we
did.
reinforced the side of the APC with bear claws, sort of like reactive armor.
And we wrapped them in aluminum, which is going to help us a lot.
All right. I'm going to roll for damage. Let's see.
Is there no armor roll for these? Are they like...
These are armor-piercing weapons. So you get halves.
Wow.
Who armor piercing on a dune buggy?
Anyway.
Who does that?
Remember when we tried to get more gear?
Wait a second.
So what happens is this guy riding shotgun brings up the shoulder-mounted missile. It fires off. It explodes, but kind of the warhead careens off the armor. The explosion just rocks the vehicle, and you guys take no damage.
Oh my gosh.
Our other Corporal Fix, you can make an observation roll if you'd like, since you didn't get a chance to the first time.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming you're on the monitors in the APC.
Yeah, that's where I was before.
Yeah, you're allowed to make an APC to make a observation. Okay.
What do I see?
So what you saw on the monitors is you saw this basically armored dune buggy. You saw 4 armored individuals, one carrying a missile launcher. They do not appear as your description of Arcturians. They are not wearing hides and do not have their faces painted in bioluminescent paints. They look like combat individuals.
Now, we were dealing with some possible terrorist groups that had taken over various parts of this whole entire colony, and that means settlement, and had various, important assets currently under the control. This could be a part of them, or some other faction of humans that are messing around on this planet. So I think, Mac, put a hole in their tire or in their engine. I don't care which, but do one of those.
All right, let's go to round 2. Back to you guys in the APC.
Well, we know what I'm going to be doing.
What I'm going to say, you have a maneuverability of 1. That's going to be how much you can turn the vehicle. So 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees for each maneuverability, or you can use up one of your movement blocks to get an extra turn. I may not be doing that correctly. You have 3 movement and 1 maneuverability.
And the turret swings as well.
And the turret swings as well. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, southeast. I got you. You're aiming directly towards their vehicle. Yep. Yep. All right. Okay. All right, Mac, you got 2 successes on your range combat. Is that the phase plasma pulse cannon turret?
Yes.
Okay. That is damage 6. So go ahead and give me 6 base dice, or 7 actually, because you got 1 extra.
Excellent. I'll have to shoot in a minute.
7 base dice. Alrighty. Let's see. 76.
Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3 successes. All right, let me roll its armor. All right, so you take 2 damage.
I don't think I take 2 damage.
you definitely kiss that vehicle pretty hard. Now, what you have done is you have done half the vehicle's armor damage or hull damage. So you get to roll on the vehicle. Basically, there are no criticals when it comes to vehicles.
Oh, really?
But you get to roll component damage. So I need a D6, or of course you can just roll from the component damage chart, or I can do it if you want.
I'll just roll the D6.
Okay. 6. Wow. So, the plasma cannon swings wide, fires off this blast of super white blue hot energy, and it hits the fuel tanks. The vehicle explodes in a ball of flame. All people are inside it are immediately exposed to intensity 9 fire, and the vehicle is destroyed beyond repair.
That's a beautiful thing.
I might have put more than one hole in him, sir.
So this thing just keeps rolling because it is going flat out at this point. It is a rolling fireball. It runs to the end
for the people.
I'll just say, well, looks like, Mac, you might have missed the tire, but I think you did pretty good.
Yeah, hold on there. So I'm going to make some intensity 9.
It's 96.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
I was wondering about that.
That's the one guy who runs out of the car and leaves on fire.
But the way fires goes, so it's intensity 9, intensity 8, intensity 7, Yeah. Now let's roll another one for the weapons inside the vehicle. Oh, okay.
Excellent.
They're getting lucky.
So that it's salvage.
No, because you got a success on the Hellcat missiles, which explode.
Woohoo! Yay!
Oh my gosh.
So there is a secondary explosion in the fire in the fireball.
I do have a quick question here, Mother. Was our mission to be discreet and hidden or anyway like that, or are we just not supposed to be messing?
They attacked us.
That isn't the question I asked.
So what you have here is now you have a mushroom cloud and
we had a rolling fireball that became a mushroom cloud.
A rolling fireball that became an attack.
Okay.
Can you make me a Comtech roll, Comtech officer?
I will do my best to make a Comtech roll if necessary. I will try and push this.
And
Comtech. Yes, that's my Comtech roll.
Nice.
3 successes, which should give me some additional modifiers. So I don't need to overcome a roll for exactly challenge to the future. I do what I'm going to do quickly, so it takes me about half the time to sort of figure out and punch up and pull up the information I need. And I gain +1 modifier to my later skill rolls related to this particular one.
Okay. So in the 5 seconds since the enemy vehicle appeared and exploded onto the field, you hadn't had a lot of time to see what else was going. But now that you have a second to breathe, and it's almost literally a second, you notice on your Comtech equipment in the APC that there was some kind of radio traffic.
What the
Okay, so let's see if we can track it down. Okay. Crap.
It wasn't on your frequency, but it is. It appeared on your scope.
Okay, they apparently was it. Can I tell, based on what I saw, was the com traffic between the late APC junkyard thing, burning fireball, or something else? Like 2 different. I want to know where. If there's any way I can determine where the con traffic was between.
Not
if
without any successes. Yeah.
So if I make another roll to try and track it down, I better specializing. Would that be something I could do?
Yes, absolutely. If there's another thing of track.
There's another communication burst.
Yep.
We'll keep monitoring. I'll let the team know. Mac, good shot. Doc, everybody's Sergeant secure back there.
He is fine. All good. Just let's keep those bumps and swirls to a minimum.
Okay. Mason, stay frosty. Wasabi, we're good, sir. You just keep driving. We seem to be in the good and green.
I will keep the gun ported towards the valley as we go.
All right.
Did we want to go investigate these people, or
is there really enough debris to check? I mean, the rolling fireball as it was at high speed and then exploded with hellfire missiles. Is there anything forensically we really could possibly find from their fragmentation?
That's right. Yeah.
Like if they had just been damaged and burned out or something like that, maybe we would have had something, but those missiles blew up any chance that we could possibly figure anything out, I guess. But just in a general observation, if I can need to make a roll for that, do I think there's enough debris to pick up some information about who was attacking us and why?
Maybe after the fire is out. But you are in a pretty exposed area. You're between 2 buttes in this area with a canyon behind you out in flatland. There's no cover. Also, so there's a difference here between what happened to this thing and what would happen to you guys in this similar explosion. Yeah, you guys would have been engulfed in some fire and what have you. Remember, this is an open cab vehicle that had some armored plates. They got the worst of that explosion.
Okay. All right.
Your APC would have protected you somewhat. There's not going to be much left of them.
Okay. All right. Let's just. I mean, I'm going to just recommend we just continue moving on and get out of this.
You know what?
This trap, this hole.
As you guys are talking about this, and you turn to look back at the APC. In fact, you see one figure stagger out, totally on fire, missing a limb, takes about 2 steps, and then collapses in burning heat.
How did he even have air in his lungs? It's a miracle of science. All right, let's just.
He pulled an Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben, wow.
So, are you going to continue along your original track?
Wow.
Yes.
All right. So, you are continuing along. Let's say it takes you about
We're in Butte Pass.
10 minutes or so to clear the pass. I know it may not seem like that, but these maps are wildly inaccurate.
As we're going between these two,
If only we had some sort of
Yeah,
plug for the butt. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. John. Carry on.
And some plug for the butt.
as we're passing between these buttes, do we see, like in the hills, like lights or any sort of sign of the native populace?
So, looking at these buttes, you don't think that you are in a residential area. So you do see some tool marks. Obviously, there's some pathways that might have been carved in the side of the buttes. And so, basically, instead of walking on the flatlands, people can walk along the side of the butte. You can notice that that's what they might be. You're not really sure. Doesn't look like there's any caves or exposed areas. It is, I would say, almost like limestone-looking rock, sandstone, limestone. It's the darkness of limestone, that gray, has more the texture of sandstone. However, it's weird because you would think in this area there would be a lot of reflection, like sand, and there's a lot of micas or silicates that reflect a lot of light, but for some reason there's just not. And then you realize why. As you come out of the pass between the two buttes, out in front of you is, on the ground, this glittering, glowing series of lines. It is one of the petroglyphs made by the Arcturian people. What it appears that they have done is taken every reflective stone for possibly hundreds of kilometers and made them in these super long glyphs. I mean, you're talking miles long just for one line. This is a work of centuries of an entire people just to make these pictures for their sky gods. And there is one directly in front of your
So we're probably going to go around that, I'm guessing.
Okay. Yeah, you can go to choose to head around.
We don't need any reasons to anger the locals.
No, we do not.
About half a mile away, now that you've the land rolls and dips a little bit, you can see smoke on the horizon.
In the direction of the rig?
In the direction of the outpost, yes.
Okay. Oh, the trading outpost? Okay.
Well, the colonial rig and the trading outpost are pretty much back. They're right next to you.
Okay.
You can make an observation roll.
And Jenna made it.
How many successes?
1.
All right.
Just got a good view up in that turret, maybe.
Yeah.
So, what you see is a collection of prefabricated metal buildings. They're scattered. They're in almost kind of like a semicircle. Looks like there might be some streets through them. They're definitely not of natural construction. They look like they were flown in, constructed here. There might be a vehicle or two. It's hard to tell. What you also see is about 100 meters off the canyon floor on stilts is what would be, a colonial rig.
Real quick, for those of us who don't know what a colonial rig is, what is a colonial rig?
So what you see first, is you see the Colonial Marine Station, You see these buildings, and then you see the rig. Now, you've all seen the Aliens and Alien movies. You see these giant pods and prefab and metal buildings up on stilts, and then sometimes go into the subsurface. It's all hard metal. It's all been constructed off-planet, flown in. No native materials. Almost looks like it could be picked up and moved at any second. It's a very, very large building for processing ores, local foodstuffs, etc., etc.
Would you like to know
like
more?
a big prefab manufacturing facility?
Yes, it's effectively a manufacturing facility.
Okay.
So you see, there's the Colonial Marine Station. You see these other buildings in between, and then a little bit further off, you get a hint of this colonial rig. And the only reason you're noticing is you've seen them before, and you know how big they are. You'll see conveyor belts running up and down. You think this one was for agricultural rather than mining. These things can be multi-purposed. They can drop on a planet. They can support terraforming. They can support mining. They can support agriculture activities. Some of them can be even used to help with raising livestock. This one, you think, especially from what you read in the case files, the main output of this planet has been agriculture. Wayland Yutani has invested in fungal farms. You know that wheat is a major export, or at least it was. But what you see here, the closest thing to you, is the small planet-side Colonial Marine Station. You're gonna, I assume, keep driving towards it? Okay, yeah. That's about all you can tell from the distance you're at.
But you said there was smoke rising from the general area?
There is smoke rising from this general area. It's also kind of obscuring what you're seeing. So this is what you can get through the smoke. You're about 3/4 of a mile off now. So do you wish to continue, stay here, do anything else? So what it looks like is the trading outpost is more between the Colonial rig and station. It's all sprung up around there. It's not one particular building. The trading outpost is those buildings in between that I described. So, but yeah, you can actually get to some of those buildings without getting to the station. We'll say you drive cautiously. You get within a 1/4 mile, and the wind changes direction slightly, and you see devastation. In the marine station, it looks like it has been destroyed. It is a smoking crater.
Is it the base gone, like orbital strike?
No. There are pieces of wall, there's metal rent, there's burnt. It looks like it was destroyed by explosives. Someone can give me a...
Our security guy should be able to tell us something.
Yes, somebody can give me a wits plus heavy machinery.
It'd be 4.
Yeah, how do I do that?
You can either just do a wits roll, or you can give me a heavy machinery.
Okay, I'll do a wits roll for you.
Okay. So the Lance Corporals, they can tell with their knowledge of munitions and construction that this thing looks like it was demoed.
Like it might have been actually attacked, assaulted, or whatever, and then destroyed afterwards, or whatever. Someone blew it, destroyed it, just to eliminate the overall asset to anybody else coming through.
Yeah.
Let's check and see what's left here real quick, but not linger too long. There may be booby traps, so let's be observant. Mason, you've got the front on this one.
Does the trading outpost also look like it's been attacked?
Does not appear to be attacked at this time. There might, once you get a little closer, you might be able to tell, but not with the precision and determination that the colonial station was. The rig does not appear like it is smoking right now.
Does it appear like it's functioning?
From this distance, you can't tell.
Well, is it like lit up lights?
No.
Oh, okay. So are we moving into basically the area?
Yes.
The base? Okay.
There are bodies.
Okay, so me and Mason can pop out, I guess.
Yeah,
Take a
I'm
look.
ready to do that.
So you guys are going to continue a little bit closer with the APC, or are you going to
Yeah.
get out? Okay.
We're going to go look closer, and then
course we
me and
are.
Mason will get out.
Yeah, we'll
all right.
scan
Matt,
it.
you got our back?
Yep.
As far as on the gun?
You guys are rolling into a depression. This, like, the area is a little bit lower around the colonial rig in this town, because you looks like you're heading down towards a canyon. So it's right on
Yeah.
the rim of a canyon.
Recommend we leave the APC up top.
Let's leave the APC up top so we can shoot
No,
anything.
we're not talking about a severe drop. We're talking just gradual.
Right, but I'm also
Small
thinking
depression.
for perspective for cover and
Yeah.
Yeah, high ground.
Yeah.
That
All right.
makes sense.
Yeah, so just Obi-Wan this. You keep the high ground. We'll go down a bit.
Obi-Wan.
This your Seabird?
Dick Chopper.
yeah.
Dick Chopper.
Dick Chopper.
So we'll send Dick Chopper.
We'll send Dick Chopper
That's
to
the
test
best
first.
idea ever.
Yeah.
Dick Chopper.
Dick Chopper is going to make a roll. Hey! This thing's flashing. Hold on. Don't open that door.
This thing's flashing.
He's looking. He slaps the side of the box. And he's got some knobs there in the APC. He's on the control panel. He goes, "Hey! No, the atmosphere outside here is toxic.
Like what? What sort of toxin you talking about?
Hold on. I gotta break this
Come
thing
on,
open.
Chops.
Hey, look, they gave me this chemical kit here. I don't know how I'm doing it. God damn it! I just shoot things. He's mixing stuff together. He's sticking it outside a port, pulling it back in. He goes, "Oh, it's nerve gas, man.
Jesus,
You don't want to
can't
step.
go out
You
there.
don't want to go out there. This place has been gassed.
Will the rebreathers protect, or is it also contact?
It's nerve
Yeah,
gas.
yeah. Well, the breathers will protect us for a little while. But you open
It's
this
on
door,
your
you're gonna.
skin. It's nerve gas.
Well,
We're-
this
we're-
type of stuff, it's friendly nerve gas. It ain't like the good. It ain't like the good stuff that the UPP uses. This stuff might even be like stolen from our stores. This stuff it's dispersed a lot. If it was concentrated, yeah, absolutely. We need whole mops gear, everything. With the levels I'm detecting right now, right outside the APC, we should be okay with the rebreathers for, I don't know, the wind patterns here might be a couple hours. Well, at the concentrations to kill everybody in that base, I'd say within a day to half a day. It's hard to tell. Could have, I'd definitely say at least a few hours. I mean, especially with the way that there's no big fires left from that demo over there. Looks like anybody else who survived is long gone.
Do we know, is the rig sealable?
The rig is sealable. So that is corporate property that has Weyland-Yutani safeguards.
So we probably couldn't get into it without breaking a hole into it, and then it wouldn't do us any good, or
Unless somebody inside let you in.
it's true. If it's sealable, there could be survivors inside the rig.
But there's also other ways out of that rig. Could be evacuated. Could be unmanned. Some of these run fully autonomous.
Somebody try and communicate with it.
You could try that. Do a contact roll. I take a contact roll. Take a plus one because we'll say the contact. All right, 1. Okay. You squawk out on your frequency. Squawk out on. Oh, there we go. Still 1 success. You're not getting any response. It's dead air.
Tier?
Yes.
Let me just check.
Yeah,
The
your
last
vehicle
time
right now is still hermetically sealed.
Okay, never mind.
And you are on. As soon as as a precaution, you were on supplied air. So,
I think any chance for us to find survivors, we should take.
can I get? Malcolm, if you're listening, can I get another contact roll, please? 3 successes.
From the darkness, he answers.
So, Corporal effects, Lance Corporal effects, you are picking up chatter on that other frequency.
Okay, go ahead and put some of it on a record just so I can pull it up later.
Okay.
To have that started and see if we can track it down. With 3 successes. That gives me, let's see, what does it allow me to do with this one particular one? Gain +1 modification. Later skill rolls related to this one. I don't need to roll and overcome the exact same challenge in the future.
Might I suggest checking signal strength so you can figure out, you can maybe estimate how far the signal is from us?
Then I will do that. That's what I'll do. Do I need to make another comtech roll?
Take another comtech roll, and you can take a +2 on this.
Okay.
12 dice.
Nice. You can tell that there are multiple signals.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They are now closer than they were when you originally detected it. As your corporal is relaying this information, I assume there is,
Yes, I am.
out of the canyon walls, one of those, and yes,
Is this one on fire as well?
I'll turn
No,
off
that one is luckily not up on fire. And coming from the direction behind the colonial rig, another one.
Oh boy.
And there is already weapons fire.
Oh, shit. I opened fire. Well, we better roll initiative, I guess.
We are going to hold you.
Well, for the rest of the
Raise
night?
shields!
It is 10:35. I don't want to get into another combat with you guys.
Okay, yeah, because we're going to fucking blow your shit up like you did
That's
before,
right.
motherfucker.
It's just going to be one round. What are you talking about?
Just blow it up. Just blow it up.
Wait a minute. I need. We got to do something first. We got to some spit on the cardboard. We got to harden that armor. Come on.
That's right.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop there for today. We'll pick up next week when we have a full group.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank everybody for joining us and watching us tear around on the things and all of our aliens' wonderfulness.
And we'll figure out the vehicle combat thing for next week.
That's right.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the AARPG's actual play story, Aliens Arcturian Apocalypse. Your game mother for this adventure was Tyr. Our unit of Colonial Marines, the Junkyard, were played by Malcolm as Lance Corporal Maxwell Halifax, the unit's combat technician. Matt as Daryl Doc Dodson, the unit's hospital corpsman. Nathan as Richard Chapowski, the unit's Seaburn defense specialist. Sean as PFC George Mason, the unit's breaching specialist. Chris as PFC Jenna Mac McDaniels, the unit's smart gunner. Kupo as Sergeant Storm, the unit's squad leader. And Tim as Lance Corporal Wasby, the unit's dropship pilot. The Aliens role-playing game is brought to you by Free League Publishing. Arcturian Apocalypse is one of the mission scenarios included in the Aliens Colonial Marines book. We use the Foundry VTT to play this story. Music and sound effects were licensed from SoundQ, Soundly, Boom Library, and additional audio was created by our very own co-host Nathan. Again, thank you for tuning in. Please like, follow, subscribe, and leave a review to help us reach more listeners. And remember, you're never too old to roll.
And then we'll deal with the Raggedy Man.
Nice.
I frankly did not expect you guys to be able to blow up that vehicle and kill all 4 of them inside in one shot, but you know.
It happens.
That won't be repeated. We just want to take one, like, look at us now. And the next time it's like, oh God, this one guy that survived.
No, this is the best part. This is the best part.
As he cuts to the APC wall.
That was our initial counter that was going to give us all the rest of the story we needed. Now we've lost it. So now it's like, fuck it. They're just going to fight. That's it.
Just get more.
Everybody.
I'll have pictures of the colonial rig and everything for all of you tomorrow too.
Cool.
Or not tomorrow, next week.
Got
to give you a better idea.
Fair enough.
But if you saw the original, was it not Aliens? It's not Covenant, where they showed you the original rig where everyone was. The ones that were out on stilts. Oh, God,
You talk about in Aliens this 2?
No, not well, no, because Alien 2 you see the terraformer. It's one of the later.
Resurrection.
It's one of the later movies where they show you like the beginnings where they first find the alien ship, like the engineer ship.
This is interesting. So everyone's been recording their audio.
That's
so-
in theory.
Yeah, we can stop
Everyone can
that.
go
man.
ahead.
Bye,
and-
everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, thank
AARPG, and
Yes,
we
thank you for
hope
joining us,
enjoyed the
everybody.
show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm speaking for Nathan, who is
There you go.
above us all right now.